portion of our agenda. We are still working on bathrooms. If anybody during the outreach portion can sort of take it upon themselves to do that, maybe come see me so we can make sure we don't have like 100 people getting bathrooms, but maybe 50 would be helpful, because we might need that many. Water, I think we do have some bottled water over there. And then I did want to point out that in terms of orienting us to the space a little bit, food will hopefully be here, but we might end up having to bring it over there. There's another group that is here in the afternoon, so we may or may not be sharing the space, and so Monica will talk about that a little bit further. I think Brian was going to give you kind of an overview of this space a little bit, not the physical, but the background of it, the history of it.
Oh, I just want to say a word about where we are. And I'm only 37, so I'm not the best equipped for this. I'm Brian. I'm excited to be here with y'all. This is Peace and Justice Plaza. It was dedicated as that in 2009, basically to celebrate all of the different people like us that have come here in protest to raise their voices. In 1964, 4 young men camped out here for a week on hunger strike against segregation. My memories of this place go back to the 1990s when homeless advocates slept out here. In 2003, I remember high school students slept out here in an occupation and protest against the Iraq War. So this is a space that has a lot of history, and that it is for us as people in this community to use, to occupy, to express ourselves, to come together. So let's respect that legacy by doing that.
Hi everybody, my name is Mark. I'm the Legal Observer Coordinator today. You're going to notice people around.
No, they aren't over there.
Bright green hats. They are UNC law students volunteering for the National Lawyers Guild to make sure that all your rights are being protected here. They are students. They can't give any legal advice, but they're gonna watch out for y'all. We're not expecting any problems today, but I just wanted to go over a few things with you. If you are approached or stopped by the police, under no circumstances do you have to communicate or talk with the police. If you're approached and don't feel comfortable, ask if you can go. If they don't give you a clear no, walk away from the situation, okay? If they are detaining or arresting you, there's a magic sentence I'm going to teach you today. I am going to remain silent and I want to talk to a lawyer. And that's the only thing that you should say to the police, okay? If they want to search you, say, I do not consent to this search, all right? They're probably still going to search you, but later, if something happens, your lawyer can use that very well. Don't try to bargain with the police, okay? The only thing you're going to do if you talk to them is make their job easier. We have people here to see what's happening. We have an attorney on hand. We have a legal number that should be going around that you can call if you are arrested. So just be calm, assert your rights, don't be afraid. And if you are arrested, shout out your name and your working group that you're with so that they can get to us and let us know that you're arrested so we can come find you, all right? So, hey, have a great day, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you. Hello. Hello. My name is Monica, and if it's okay with y'all, I'm going to be sort of one of the other facilitators for the day with Katya. Based on people's ideas and needs that they expressed on the forums and on email, people made up this projected agenda for the day. So the plan that we want to propose to y'all is that for the next hour or so, sort of hang out and socialize a little bit. There are a bunch of materials for making signs so that we can explain why we're here a little bit. And I know that some folks really wanted to spend some concerted time doing a little outreach because there's so many people on the streets because of the game and people tailgating. So people are talking about walking up and down Franklin Street, talking with folks, talking to businesses. This would be a great time for what Katya was saying about checking in to see if there are local businesses that we could use their bathrooms, that kind of thing. So it's a lot of informal time for us to get to know each other. We want to come back around noon and try and have some small group discussions. So again, this is sort of informal, but We have some questions that can prompt your discussion if you want. The idea is for people to get to know each other, talk a little bit about why we're here, what motivates us personally, what we want to see happen so that we can have our sort of excitement and ideas flowing for the later big group conversation. Lunch is supposed to happen around 1. Villa's Curry Blossom Cafe is providing a lot of food for us, so there should be really delicious food. And as Katya was saying, the VFW has a permit for this site from noon to 4. So what we want to do is talk with them when they get here, see if we can coexist in the space, and if they want to have the space for themselves, we were thinking that we could go to the green for that period of time because it's close by. It's also, you know,
they have the right side of the pole.
the right side. Yeah.
Right side of the pole, 12 to 4.
Okay, so if y'all heard that, technically they have from the pole over from 12 to 4. But so Katya was going to bottom line talking to them as they come in. If any of y'all want to help in communicating with them and figuring out what can work, talk to Katya about that. And you also? Great. So lunch may happen here, may happen over there, depending on what happens. Check back in. And then the proposed plan is that at 2:30 we need to have the General Assembly. And again, either here or there, depending on what's going on with VFW folks. From the beginning of the General Assembly, the idea is that we would have a little bit of report backs about what y'all talked about in your small groups, hear back from the committees that have been doing some work over the week so we know what work has already happened, and then have a good conversation. So as a facilitator for that, if you want to put something on the agenda for the General Assembly, come and talk to me throughout the day, and I'm going to try and gather everyone's ideas and make a concrete agenda for that. So the earlier you can talk to me, the better, and if you have any questions, feel free to come and talk to me about that. And then we figured that after that, working groups would want to get together. Groups that have already been meeting, maybe new groups would want to form, people that haven't been involved would want to plug in. So how does that sound for a plan for the day? Does that sound good? Yeah.
How do we join a working group?
I think largely the time for that is going to be in here. During the General Assembly working groups, hopefully we'll give report backs about what they've been doing, and then afterwards there will be real concrete time to join up. Is that a good answer? Any other questions about plan schedule for the day? No? Okay. And also, they mentioned the legal line. It's right here. If you want to write it down, it'll be up here. It'll be wherever we are.
So I wanted to kind of organize, I don't know if this is a weird word, icebreaker. I come from a health education background. That's what we call them. I figure we're a bunch of people. Some of us know each other. Some of us don't. And I recognize there's people who come from different places and have different backgrounds and have different knowledge of what's going on here today and the past. Throughout the day, we're going to be trying to facilitate that kind of discussion and dialogue. So one way that I was thinking was I wanted to have everybody here go out and find somebody, one person born in a different decade than you.
Somebody here.
Somebody here, right, not out. Well, no, unless you want to bring them back, actually, or bring them back. And talk to them about what their favorite music is, if you're a teen now, or was when they were a teenager. So how does that sound as an idea to get to know you? Okay. Thank you. And then after that, I want to sort of bring in a little bit of what brought you here today. So we can really start that dialogue and so people can really be thinking. So we get into the small group discussions and the General Assembly, we can really have a productive conversation.
One thing that I forgot to say that somebody reminded me and then it slipped my mind again is just a reminder and a recognition that we're on occupied territory right now.
Yes.
Right? That this is colonized land, this is contested territory, that before colonizers were here, this was Siouan land, this was Okinichi land. And so just to remember that this is occupied territory.
Finally, what I forgot to mention also, I'm sorry, is that we understand that this is a long day. And so we want you to make sure you know that we expect people to come and go throughout the day, and that's totally fine. This is your movement, our movement, and so each of us has autonomy and place, and it's totally fine. If you're tired, you take a break. If you want to stay the whole time, that's great. But we welcome people coming in and out. That's totally fine with us. So as a reminder, we want to do a little bit of an icebreaker for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then after that, we want you to go out and either make signs or explore and do outreach, and then come on back here at 12. Any issues, concerns?
I want to...
Okay, hang on.
Just really quick, I want to announce that actually the sanitation working group has figured something out for bathrooms.
Bathrooms have been figured out
right.
by sanitation.
So I'm told that the Methodist Church across the street has offered to open their restroom to people here.
All right. We'll see you back here at 12. What? Their hours are 8 to 5 for the bathrooms. So please go out and find somebody born in a different decade than you and talk music and talk occupation. Thank you.
I'm making materials so that those are ready.
Born in a different decade.
I was born in the 70s. You're probably just a few years older.
Hey, I just came from DC. Man, I'll let you know that. Very helpful.
Well, I think it's 70s.
One by one, if you're in a group of 8 to 10, that people can find during lunch. So, I'm probably going to forget some. So, logistics, I know. So, yeah. All right, so you're in logistics. Okay, so if you're interested, come see us. Then we have out. If you're in out, raise your hand. We have out. Out. So, somehow, part of the village is on each other. Then we have legal. I don't know if legal can come out. We have a legal person, and I know there's a couple others that may or may not be. We have medical area over there. We have food and sanitation. If folks food and sanitation want to raise their hand, stand up if possible. Okay, so we have the food over there. All right, then we have media. Raise your hand.
Hey, raise your hands. Not you, media.
Okay, so whoa. All right, shout out if I missed one. Direct action. Wow, super important. Thank you. Direct action is over there. Thank you. What else am I missing? Area now. Translation. Thank you so much. Translation. Okay. One translation.
Maybe somebody who comes over will. I was standing pretty close. But I feel like we didn't really have that much chat. The planning was so good, we didn't reach back. Wait, that's true. Maybe you should bring it up. Mic check! Mic check! Hello.
There's no way to get over there?
People's mind.
Live stream!
No.
Try doing a people's mic, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so the idea of people's mic is that I will say something and you can hear it. We'll say it. So like you hear from the people behind me.
Not yet.
I will try to speak one sentence at a time. And it will jump. Does that sound okay? Okay, so do you want to do this with the megaphone or without?
Without. The idea is to talk in small groups right now. There's an idea to organize around topics. There's also a space to organize generally. If you are interested in talking with people around one issue, I want to ask for those topic ideas one at a time. That way people can find each other. If you have a topic you would like to get together with people about, shout it out one at a time.
Okay, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Points of unity and commitment to nonviolence. Maybe start that way. POC, LGBTQ, unified community. So
Anybody have a Schwinn bike over here?
Aware of the space that they're taking up, because we don't want this to be a dialogue between just two people, right? We want it to be a conversation with everyone. So to that effect, please be conscientious about what you have to say. Think about whether what you have to say is important and relevant to this time of conversation, because we really want to respect each other's time. And also to that effect, I'm going to use something called a slanted stack. So if you've been speaking a lot, I'm going to call on you a little less to try and prioritize other people who haven't been speaking a lot. Please don't take it personally. Please don't be offended. I really just want to facilitate a whole group conversation. Okay?
I have something to say.
What's that?
I have something to say.
Okay, if you can hold on 1 minute, then I'll be done with my spiel. I'm sorry it's a little long. The two quick announcements, well, actually, let's go into exciting things that y'all talked about from your small groups, just to get a sense of what's been going on from the day before we move on. What's up?
You got something to say. Our small group spoke, and you said something that touched my spirit. We consider...
Can I get you to come up here so you can be heard? And I think this is the perfect time for what you have to say, which is, I want to get a few people who have heard exciting things, who have been having exciting conversations to share. What is an exciting thing that you heard said today in these conversations? So I have one person here. Is there anybody else who wants to share something really exciting from the conversations they've had? 1 second. So I've got 2 here and 3 here.
I actually wanted to say that we should go over the structure for consensus, how to agree, how to disagree, all that.
Thank you for the reminder. Real quick before we do that, a couple of hand signals that will be really useful in consensus, because this isn't a voting process, right? We're making decisions all together, and so if there is a proposal, if you like it, right, you can give a twinkle like this, right, saying, this is something I feel great about. It's also a great way if somebody says something that you really agree with, rather than saying, I really agree with that, let me tell you why. You can just say, like this. And if you disagree with something, you can do this. I will also maybe use a straw poll, which is sort of, it's not like voting exactly, but it's getting a feel for where people are at. So if it seems like we can make a decision, I might ask for a straw poll, which I'll say, if you're really excited about this proposal, go like this. If you're neutral about this proposal, go like this. If you really think this proposal is a bad idea, go like this. And then that way we can see where people are at, and we can figure out what conversation we need to have to go forward.
There's 2 more. There's the point of process. If you feel like someone's getting off topic or they're taking up a lot of time and you want to move on, you throw up a triangle to remind them that this is a time-sensitive process and we need to move forward. If you really morally object or hate something, you can throw up a block. This is serious. Like, you should only do this 1 or 2 times ever. If you just cannot move forward with something that someone is proposing, a block. It's a lot more severe than disagreeing.
And I would say there are a lot of different ways to express these different things. Different communities have established a lot of different hand signals. We can use a lot of different kinds, it's okay, but I think those are the really core ones, and we can develop more community hand signals as we do this more and more as a group.
What about
So,
this one?
I don't know what that one is.
I'm in a cornfield. And I got a hat on. What about that one?
Okay,
And
so
I'm standing on the pole.
I have, this friend wants to say something, and I want to see, hold on one moment. Okay, I just want to see, I had one other hand for somebody who wanted to say an exciting thing from the small group conversations. Are there any other people who want to share exciting things from small group conversations? If 3, anyone else? It's a little hard to see because of the sun, so if I miss you, please jump around or something. Yeah? Okay, great. So try and be brief. An exciting thing from your conversation.
I don't care who believe me, and I don't care who closed their ears. The only thing I have to say is, third party is no third party. There is no general assembly except right here. We don't sit in the audience and raise our hands because we are the people. We're not the servants. And the servants don't demand of his master. Stand up.
And my number 2, thank you. Come on up and use the mic so people can hear you. And maybe if number 3 wants to come closer so they're ready.
Well, I've been hearing some conversations about nuclear versus renewable power, and I just want to say that it's something that we really do have to think about as a society, about whether we're going to go ahead with either one or to what extent.